The Lord has been gracious to us, and we are coming to the end of lesson 4. This Friday, the 24th, our topic will be general, since we are bringing it to a close, and we are to read Ellen G. White, The Fall of Jericho, on page 487 to 493 in Patriarchs and Prophets. So, when rebellion against God's authority arose in the universe, either God was going to cease to be what he essentially, immutably, and eternally is, and give away the leadership of the whole world, or the whole universe, to one of his rebellious creatures, or he was going to be the holy, righteous, loving, and merciful Father of all that exists. The Bible presents the second picture, and in this case, the clash between the forces of evil and his power is inevitable. When political or socio-historical powers associated with chaotic and rebellious cosmic forces manifested the same defiant attitude against Yahweh, he, as the sovereign Lord of the universe, intervened. The motif of Yahweh as a warrior becomes a prefiguration of that ultimate victory, which will finally put an end to the ongoing cosmic conflict between the good and evil. Let's read Revelation chapter 20, verse 8 to 10. Revelations 20, verse 8 to 10. I read in your hearing. It says, "And will go out to receive the nations which are in the four corners of the earth, Gog and Magog, to gather them together to battle, whose number is as the sand of the sea. They went up on the breadth of the earth and surrounded the camp of the saints and the beloved city, and fire came down from God out of heaven and devoured them. The devil who deceived them was cast into the lake of fire and brimstone, where the beast and the false prophets are, and they will be tormented day and night forever and ever. Amen." Moreover, Israel's divine wars not only reflect a glimpse of the cosmic conflict as in a mirror, but are part and parcel of the same controversy, anticipating God's end-time judgment in the sphere of present history. I quote, "God had made it their privilege and their duty to enter the land at the time of his appointment, but through their willful neglect that permission had been withdrawn. It was not his purpose that they should gain the land by warfare, but by strict obedience to his commands." Page 392 of Patriarchs and Prophets by Ellen G. White. Discussion questions for today are 4. 1. How does the cosmic conflict background help you better understand the Lord's commanding Israel to go to war? 2. In class, discuss your answers to Monday's questions regarding the reality of the great controversy and how it plays out in the world around us. What is our role in this controversy, and how do we seek to fulfill it? Number 3, how can we apply the principle of standing still and waiting for the Lord to fight for us in our spiritual life? Last but not least, number 4, many times in our discussions and occasional disagreements in the church, we want to see who is on our side. How should we change our attitude in light of Joshua 5:13 to 15? Let me read Joshua 5:13 to 15 so that we have the right context. Joshua 5:13 to 15. It says, "And it came to pass when Joshua was by Jericho that he lifted his eyes and looked, and behold, a man stood opposite him with his sword drawn in his hand. And Joshua went to him and said to him, Are you for us or for our adversaries? So he said, No, but as the commander of the army of the Lord I have now come. And Joshua fell on his face to the earth and worshipped and said to him, What does my Lord say to his to his servant. Then the commander of the Lord's army said to Joshua, "Take your sandal off your foot, for the place where you stand is holy." And Joshua did so. How should we change our attitude in light of what I have just read? This will bring us to the end of our study for this week. As we close, I'll remind us again of the key text, which is Joshua chapter 10 verse 14, and it says, and there has been no day like that before it or after it, that the Lord heeded the voice of a man, for the Lord fought for Israel. Amen. May our good Lord keep you and keep me, so that we meet for lesson 5 next week. Thank you. Happy Sabbath.